Hey, what's up, man? Hopefully you're having an amazing day. And in this video, what I want to share with you today is a full day of vegan eating on a cut. So I just woke up maybe about like an hour ago, and in about an hour to about an hour and a half, I'm gonna have a couple cups of black coffee, and I'm gonna enjoy these cups of black coffee for about an hour to 2 hours, so that I may further blow my appetite. So pretty much what I like to do, man, is kind of like a tweaked version of intermittent fasting. So pretty much after the first 2 hours that I wake up, I will have a couple cups of black coffee, and I'll enjoy those for about 2 hours. So like pretty much like the scenario, like to give you guys a kind of like a daily scenario of what it is. Let's say I wake up like at around 8 o'clock, 10 o'clock, I'll have 2 cups of black coffee, and then from 10 to like 12, that's when I have, the 2 cups of black coffee, enjoying it of course, and then from like 12 to like, I'd say like at around 3 o'clock, my hunger is still, suppressed in a sense because of the caffeine content inside of the coffee, and pretty much just the coffee overall is what blunts your appetite. But if you enjoy it over the course of 2 hours, you could further prolong that initial hunger suppressing effects of the coffee. So that's pretty much what I do, so I could have tons of caloric freedom throughout the day so that I may enjoy big meals, because I'm the kind of guy that really likes bigger meals, you get me? Because, basic dieting is just like, you eat your 4 to 5 square meals per day and such like that. But really, it kind of becomes a grind, because I'm not kind of that guy that really likes to eat really small meals throughout the day, especially when you're on a cut. They're gonna be really small meals. Excuse me. But I'm the kind of guy that really likes to eat big giant meals. So pretty much I like to follow this kind of a strategy so that I may enjoy bigger, more satiating and full meals later during the day, giving me all the caloric freedom to do so. So I will see you when I find Mr. Stims. Alright? Hey, what's up, my man? I found Mr. Stim over here. And before I get to enjoying this guy, I want to say a little thank you, man. A very big thank you for these 30 subs, man. Back then I used to have zero. So now we got 30, man, and a very big thank you to everybody who has been watching my videos, who has been clicking and trusting in me to provide information for your fitness journey. A very big thank you from the bottom of my heart. It may not be much, man, but it means a lot to me, and I just want to say a very big thank you to you guys. A very, very big thank you. Thank you very much, man. And also, I'm reading the comments, man. I got you, cBob, DFFGH. I got you, G. I got you. And yeah, that's why I got you with this video, my man. So I wanted to talk a little bit about really quick, right? Really quick, I want to talk about on this subject, because you asked, including those so-called bad foods. Now, when I talk about those bad foods, so to speak, right, it's pretty much, you see, you got two different kinds of people, or actually a mixture of both of these, right? Essentially, when somebody's overweight, right, the biggest struggle is either trying not to eat as much, or trying to not eat as unhealthy, or a mixture of both of these, right? Because the real reason why I do this kind of intermittent fasting type strategies was because when I was really overweight, when I was like 272 plus, I was, in a sense, you get either addicted to that feeling of feeling really full, which could lead to overweight, which happened to me, right? I really like that feeling of feeling full. Or you could just be that type of guy that just really likes unhealthy food. And of course, if you eat a lot of unhealthy food, or you just eat, if you just eat a lot of unhealthy food, you end up gaining weight here and now because of how calorically dense like fast food and stuff like that is. So, or it could be a mixture of both, right? So the reason why we add in those bad foods to the intermittent fasting diet, or this kind of strategy, is because it gives you that sensation, right? Because usually you're either addicted to like these two kinds of things, or in the middle, or of both, you get me? So it's like pretty much what I would like to, like what I do whenever it came to this, because I've been experimenting with this vegan diet for like about 4 to 5 months, right? Before I started experimenting with the vegan diet and this intermittent fasting strategy, what I would do so that I could eat all, like pretty much whatever the pluck I want to eat, right? When I would follow the same strategy, right? 8 to 10, I'd drink water, and then 10 to 12 I would drink the coffee, and then 12 to like 3 would still be the fast, because of the caffeine, and the coffee would blunt my appetite for later on, right? And then after that, I would break my fast with tons of like chicken, turkey, really lean meats, so that I could fulfill maybe 95% worth of my protein needs for the day. Also taking into consideration, you know, micronutrients and such. So I would pair that meal, it was just strictly all meat, I would pair it with either a smoothie that contained tons of kale, micronutrients, broccoli, and all this kinds of stuff, or I would pair it with, like, on the side I would have, like, you know, your kale, spinach, broccoli, and all this kinds of stuff. Always taking into consideration your micronutrients, which are very vital when it comes to building a strong body and healthy body, right? I would first get that in, right? I would get enough protein so that whatever I do eat for the rest of my day, it could just nicely, perfectly just fit in, right? I really don't even have to think for about protein for the rest of the day. So my first meal, boom, it was a really big meal. It was probably about maybe 75% worth of my protein for the day, as well as my micronutrients. So after that, I was put into the position, like, or if you're gonna wanna try this, you're gonna be put into the position where you could just eat whatever the heck you want, just as long as you're hitting your caloric deficit numbers and your macronutrients, right? So let's say, for example, you need 150 grams of protein a day, you need 250 grams of carbs a day, and you need maybe, I would say, like 40 grams of fat, right? At 2,000 calories. I'm just throwing numbers out there, right? I'm just throwing numbers out there. Your first meal, like, let's say, like, your first meal, you break your fast, you have tons of chicken and micronutrients. That would fit in maybe 120 grams of protein for your first meal, and you have the rest of, from, you know, your micronutrients and stuff like that. And then the rest of your day, whatever that may be, you could eat pretty much whatever you want. Just fill in your micronutrients, right? You got 250 grams of carbs left. You got like 40, 50, 60 plus grams left to eat for the rest of the day. So pretty much that's what I would do. I would break my fast with tons of meat and micronutrients, tons of veggies, dark leafy green vegetables, and then after that I would just pretty much fill in the rest of my calories with whatever the heck I wanted, not really taking into consideration the macronutrients, because really all you got to do is pay attention to your micronutrients and your protein needs for the day, also, as well as just a balanced ratio of fats and carbohydrates. So these bad foods are pretty much whatever, man. I would go from chocolate, ice cream, you know, pizza, you know, pretty much whatever it may be, you know, whatever kind of bad foods you love to eat, you know. And especially like here in Texas, you got a lot of like Mexican type food, and me being Hispanic, you know, I would even eat all these crazy like empanadas and stuff, all this crazy like sugar bread, whatever that may be, man. And I would do that, but always taking into consideration being in a caloric deficit too, because it's not unhealthy to be doing this if you're in a caloric deficit. If you're losing weight, you're burning fat, you're working out and stuff, and you get to eat this every single day, whether it be chocolate, ice cream, sweet bread, it doesn't matter. You're not gonna build like crazy deficiencies, especially when you're trying to lose weight, because if you're gaining unnecessary weight, then yes, I can guarantee a lot of deficiencies are going to be built if your diet is going to be dominated by these foods. But if you're losing weight and, you know, you have a balance of your proteins, your micronutrients, carbs, and fats, then, dude, you're good to go. You're not going to experience anything wrong and such. So hopefully this helped, my man. And in the very next clip-o, we are gonna break the fast. So I will see you then, G. Hey, peace. What's up, man? So to break my fast, I'm gonna have 2 meals, but it's gonna consist of one like crazy thing that I'm gonna make it, right? So it's going to be this whole thing of tofu, 290 grams of dried lentils, and I already got 280 grams of, no, actually 285 grams of brown rice. Already got it cooking over here, so I'll see you with the end result. Alright, here is meal numero uno. It was kind of wacky, but I love this shit, so I'm gonna kill this. And about another serving of the same thing in about maybe about 2 hours, or maybe right after, it doesn't matter. I'm gonna kill 2 of these, so I'll see you in the next video. What's up, man? So it is the very next day. I didn't eat anything other than that, man. I ended up maybe at like 2.1k calories, like around there. All I had was like the tofu, the brown rice, and the lentils. I literally got way too full because I had to do some other shit. So I pretty much ate really late, and whenever you eat really late, when you're like on a vegan diet, right? Because I think it's really all the fiber content in the fucking lentils. Because I ate maybe like at around 300 grams worth of lentils, and that was like 100 plus grams of fiber, and I usually eat that like in one sitting. So I had switched those two meals, and man, I just got way too full. I couldn't eat anymore at 2K calories. I usually eat, I would say, around 23 to 2400 on a cut. I would have ended it off with maybe like some chocolate before bed or something like that, or some cookies or some shit before bed, whatever that may be. But I was just way too full. So hopefully you enjoyed that, my man. I will leave the macros right here for the whole entire day and that whole entire meal. So hopefully you enjoyed this full day of eating, my friend. More to come if you do in fact enjoy these videos, and as always, I'll see you in the very next video. G, peace out.